Good morning. This is the Great Basin prescribed fire briefing. We are now in our off-season format. The date is Wednesday, October 30th. These will be done on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, excluding holidays. Fire activity map, not much going on. It has been a wet 14 days, so pay no attention to where it says past 7 days. It's actually 14. Areas in the green to dark green to yellow are anywhere from a ½ inch to 1.5 inches of precipitation, and a lot of it in the upper elevations coming in the form of snow. 100-hour fuel still lagging a little bit in the south, but that's just a time lag. Starting to come up in the north. We see the greens here 16 to 20%. The yellows are more like 11 to 15%. The 10-hour fuels have really responded quickly, and they're extremely high. We did have quite a bit of snowfall in the past 3 days. Pockets of 6 to 12 inches of snow, a lot of 3 to 6 inch amounts in the bluish areas. It's getting that time of year. You can see the snow cover on the ground, some light amounts, a few inches where you see the light blue across Wyoming, the higher terrain of Utah, parts of the Sierra if you look carefully, and some of this grayish to bluish here in the Idaho mountains is roughly anywhere from 1 to 4 inches of snowfall. Satellite imagery, although we have clear skies or clearing as the storm system departs into Wyoming, another deep storm system approaching the Pacific Northwest. There'll be a series of storms coming in from that direction. We see that this afternoon. Dry air pushing into the eastern Great Basin, but already high clouds moving into the western areas ahead of that next deep low. Ventilation index, which measures both horizontal winds and vertical mixing, looking pretty good. Winds fairly light in most areas, but starting to come out of the south and increasing a bit, maybe 5 to 15 miles an hour in western and northern areas. You see the humidities are high. The transport winds, which is an average of the first few thousand feet within the mixing layer, you can see those winds picking up in western Idaho and across the Sierra front. Vertical mixing looking really good, several thousand feet above ground level. And on Thursday, there's that low pressure area, the clouds and precip in the northern half of the geographic area, dry but rather windy in the south. No ventilation issues. We have high humidity in most areas except drier in the south, 15 to 25%. Some decent winds down there. Starting to pick up. Very strong transport winds could put things out of prescription in a lot of areas. See that deep low pressure area on Friday with clouds and light to locally moderate precipitation starting to pick up across the area. And we are seeing humidity levels, again, pretty good. You see the winds mainly out of the south and southwest. Transport winds still pretty good. Again, predominantly of that southwest direction and gusting in the near 30-mile-an-hour range in where you see the dark greens and oranges. 3-day precipitation totals for the northern areas looking pretty good. Light to locally moderate precipitation. The dark blues indicate a ½ inch or more of precipitation where they've already gotten it, as well as for parts of the Sierra. Now on Saturday, pretty good moisture plume across the eastern and central portions of the Great Basin with valley rains, mountain snows. That system lingers on Sunday, moves out on Monday, but you see the clouds already increasing, and the next storm system pushing in on Tuesday with those clouds. Day 4 or 5 precip. This is from Saturday through Sunday night, and then for Monday through Wednesday next week. So pretty progressive system. This is a 7-day precip total overall. A little bit of drying coming in for the 8 to 14-day outlook, and maybe a little bit of warming, but cooler than normal to the south, slightly warmer than normal in the north. I would just average out as near normal early November weather with precip drier in the west, but still lingering above normal chances in the east. This concludes our briefing. We'll be doing these on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays throughout the burn off season. Have a great day.